Yeah, what you know about going out? Head west, red legs, TVs, all up in the headrest. Try and live it up, ride you a bigger truck, piece all glittered up, stick a kid, nigga what? Jig with a cut, sip crisp, spit it up, hoes rock, get your nut till I can't get it up. I'm a big man, get this man boom, I done hit everything from Cancun to Grand Tune. Why you stand on the wall, hand on your balls, lighting up drugs, always fighting in the club. I'm the reason they made the dress code, to figure out what and why when I'm in my fresh clothes. Dresses I suppose, from my neck to my toes, neck full of gold, baguettes in my rolls, rec shows, collect those, extra O's. By the E, get a key to the Lex to hold. East, west, every state, come on, bury the hate. Millions, the only thing we in the heavy to make. Whether from the ex-friend, intellect, or bins, let's begin. Bring this BS to an end. Come on.
Bad, 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 bad boy. Yeah. You make me feel so good.
Bad
you
boy.
know you make me feel so good. Yeah. You know you make me feel so good.
That's what we do.
Bad, 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 bad
Come on.
boy. I wouldn't change you if I could. I wouldn't change you if I could. I wouldn't change you if I could.
You can't understand, we be Waikiki, sipping DP to the TV, look greedy. Little kids see me way out in DC with a Z3 Chrome BBs. They wanna be me. Niggas talking shit, they ought to quit. Unfortunate, they don't see a fourth what I get. And those be the same ones walking while I whip. Just started seeing cars cause they auction it. So while you daydream, mama say they gleam. And I deal with hoes that pose in Maybelline. One time you had it all. I ain't mad at y'all, now give me the catalog. I'll show you how daddy ball.
Let's go. We back in the afternoon for the afternoon session. What up, chat? Let's go. I'm feeling good. I had my Chipotle. Ready to make some monies in the afternoon session. Let's go. Trading Fool, what's up? Island Girl, I like this guy. Good energy. Hey, I appreciate that. Matter Chipotle, it's a money day. Something like that, right? Candle Guy, my man. That boy good. That boy good. Ken, the man, the legend, D-Money. Hey, what's up? Todd. Oh, man. How was your first morning D-Money stance, VT? It was pretty good, right? So we're going to kind of break it down in a second, right? Let's go. So, yeah, guys, if you're tuning in, I know a lot of you guys tune in to me in this session, 1:30 to 4 Eastern. So for the whole week, I'm going to be streaming also the morning session, 9 a.m. to 11:30, right? So started that this morning. Coach John, you killed it this morning. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks for the support, man. We back. I never left, chat. I never left. I logged off, but I never left. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I hit up Chipotle. Got a burrito bowl. Let's go. So we're gonna kind of. So this afternoon, this morning, guys, I did trade the Apex accounts. Let me just kind of show that real quick. I actually took a quick scalp right off the EMAs, trying to see if we can punch up a little higher. So these are the Apex accounts for the day. So I'm up about almost 3,700. Let's go. So this afternoon, I plan on trading the Lucid accounts. That boy good. That boy good. Yeah, I'm still bullish, guys. I haven't really seen anything that that says otherwise as of yet, but we're gonna kind of break that down in a second. Primal songs never leave. Let's go. So I do want to shout out PW, guys, and you guys know that I'm a humble guy. So, but I do want to shout out PW because trusting me with his, with the morning session says a lot, right? So I don't take that for granted. So I'm extremely humbled by that. All right, so 10 Woozy, what do I need to see for bearish switch? All right, so this is obviously I didn't change my levels from this morning, right? So this 355, 25,355 level is still holding as of right now, right? It hasn't been breached, but it looks like they want it. It looks like they want to take it higher. We're currently in the middle of a 1 hour candle, so to speak, right? We got about 26 minutes left on a 1 hour candle, so I wouldn't be surprised if it at least pokes through that 25,355 level. But for me to be bearish right now, we would probably have to at least swipe. When you look to the left on this chart, we would have to swipe this area and then probably have a massive sell-off, so to speak. All right, because when you look to the left, the last time we were in this area on the 1 hour chart, or even if I switch to the 4 hour chart, the last time we were in this area, we had a lot of trouble, right? So kind of mindful of that. Trading full, D-Money, best investment PW made for sure. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Let's go. PW, a blessing to you, D-Money. Keep doing your thing. You're doing amazing. Hey, I appreciate the kind words, right? So, the Fresh Prince, chop, chop, chop. Yeah. So we got to remember, right? We're getting close to that area that I kind of drawed out this morning, that where price kind of stalled out a little bit and had a strong rejection to the downside. So we have to be mindful of that. So I am mindful of that. King Abyss Gaming, I never got a notification for this morning's live. Yeah, I'm not sure, you know, what's up with that, but I'm going to be streaming for the rest of the week, 9 a.m. until 11:30, and then I'll come back at 1:30 until 4. So that's the plan for the week. Let's go. Cheryl Gilmore, what up? How are you? ZZZ, did I have some ice cream? No, I did not. No, sir. My target, Coach John, my target for the day's highs today will be 25,390. Cross your fingers. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, right? If it takes out, it's only 50 points away, roughly, right? Or 45 points away from that 390 area. And that was, you know, it wouldn't surprise me at all. 10 Woze, I'm currently in shorts. I don't know about shorts right now. I mean, we've had pretty much some consolidation, if you want to call it that, on the 15-minute chart, and then we had an expansion to the upside, right? So we kind of hung out in this range for a little bit. Let me just delete this. We kind of hung out in this range for a little bit, and now we're trying to break out of it, right? So Wit, you were a fantastic pick by PW. He knows good when he sees it. Yeah, hey, I appreciate that. Like I said, I appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching my insight and watching me trade. I appreciate that, so I don't take it for granted. Let's go.
Up $1,100 on the day payout, 3 days out. Let's go.
Hey, man in the box, congrats. DJ LX808, aloha, D-Money. Hey, how are you? King Abyss Gaming, D-Money, make sure to send out the notification for morning trading. Yeah, I'll try to make sure we do that. I know I saw PW, he did announce it also on his Twitter feed that I'll be all morning as well, so we'll see what we can do. So what is my plan for this afternoon, guys? So I am gonna switch to the Lucid accounts, the straight to funded accounts, and trade those. So I'm gonna try to lock in that profit on the Apex accounts. I'm up about what 3,700 on those accounts. So I'm gonna switch to the Lucid straight to funded 150K accounts, and I'm gonna see if I can run those up. So we'll see. I am gonna wait. You guys kind of know that by now. So we're so close to this 1 hour candle closing. So I don't want to chase, especially as we're so close to this area to the left, right? This 25,355 area that we kind of rejected in the past. Let me switch to time frame. Yeah, so what you're seeing, right? This is the last time we were in this area. We had some kind of pullback. So I would like to see some kind of rejection, right? But to try to continue to join the trend higher, I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. So just gotta be patient and pick my spots. That's the plan for this afternoon. German Flores, PW had a crash or what? Yeah, it looks like it, right? Or some kind of impact with something. I saw the windshield was shattered, so I'm not quite sure what happened there, but he was in the chat earlier, so I'm glad he's okay. Let's go. KCB, welcome back, DMONEY. Hope you had a great lunch. Yeah, it was pretty good. So had a chicken burrito bowl at Chipotle. No complaints, right? So what do I need to see to be bearish? I would need to see a rejection of the higher time frame from a level that it rejected before, which is this level pretty much that we're almost at, this 355. I mean, we're literally what, 10 points, 13, 14 points away from it. So we're pretty close to that. But, you know, like I said in the AM stream, I was extremely bullish. I was bullish today. There's nothing that's showing, you know, any difference on the chart. The price action to me is screaming bullishness. So, and obviously, right, if that switches, it switches. But on the lower time frame, the way that I trade, we would have to break below these two EMAs. So we would have to be below the 50 EMA with the bearish EMA cross and basically like a rejection of it to the downside, a push back up, and then I would try to sell it to continue down, right? So Stone World, D-Money, boom. Hey, what's up? Manifesting life is a gift. How many trades did I take? I took 3 to 4 trades this morning. The first trade, I took all buys. I didn't take any sells. They were all buys. The first trade, I didn't like the price action, so I closed it out for a loss, and then the rest were buys. So let's go. I'm up about 3,700 across the Apex 5 accounts. Pee-wee, am I going to cut a dollar bill, I guess you're saying, a dollar sign in my hair when I make a withdrawal with 20 Apex accounts at once? You never know. You got to tune in and find out. Let's go. Cherokee, Stanfordshire. Let's go, D-Money. Hey, what's up? Hey, D-Money, you should create your own YouTube channel. Yeah, so I actually have my own YouTube channel, guys, but I'm not active on there. So the plan is to take over the entire market, right? So in regards to streaming, so PW in the morning, I'm in the afternoon. Let's go. So that's the plan, right? So yeah, I'm actually, you can catch me on PW's channel. Obviously, I do have this, you're tuned in right now to the D-Money show. So I have my own show, right? Typically it's 1:30 to 4 Monday through Friday. And like I said earlier, this week I'm gonna be streaming the US session in the morning. So 9 a.m. until 11:30. And we're approaching that level that we kind of talked about, right? The high of this candle was like 354. So we're pretty much right at it. Let me grab a water, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna be patient for this afternoon session to kind of see. I want to see how this current 1 hour candle closes. We got about 16 minutes left on that candle, and we're right at a resistance level, right? An area where in the past we shown some struggle. So I'm not gonna be, you know, trigger happy to jump into buys at this level, knowing that we had some struggles the last time, right? We were in this area. So got to be a little bit more patient. See if maybe we can get a retest to the downside and show some strength on the lower time frame, and then I'll try to rejoin for buys. Pee-wee, do you receive a message from Ginger after a hard trading session? Is it in the contract? No, I did not receive a message from Ginger. So Ginger's, she's actually visiting family, so out of the state. So let's go. Benjamin, yeah, it's funny when you say an area where we struggled when that area is an all-time high. Yeah, it is an all-time high, but it feels like we're putting in all-time highs all the time, right? I'm just stating that the last time we were at that level, we had a huge sell-off. And what I mean by that is, look at this 4 hour candle. So this 4 hour candle itself is 766 points, right? And the one after that, if you look at that move for the next 8 hours, basically there was a 1,200 point sell-off. So that's all I'm referring to. It could very well continue to go higher. I mean, like I said, the higher time frame is bullish, right? Look at the daily chart. The daily chart for me, you had a bullish close on Friday as a bullish pin bar with some strength with a long wick at the bottom. That to me screams that the market wants to go higher. So I'm not bearish by any means, but I have to be cautious of where we're currently trading at without some kind of retest, right? That's what I mean. Margan, yeah, it was news. You're right. Correct. It was news, but it still happened. It's still on the chart, right? I mean, it's still there. So if what I mean by that, guys, I'm always trying to measure my stop loss. So price can do whatever they want price to do, right? Like I mean, I'm not denying that, but I also have to be cautious based off the session. From the opening candle at 9:30, we're up over 200 points from the low of the 9:30 open candle, right? Manifesting life is a gift. Let's go, DMONEY. Tomorrow I'll be here all day. Hey, let's go. I appreciate the support. So in this session, like, right, which is, I'm referring to the afternoon session. So obviously power hour, the official power hour is 3 to 4, right? So we're coming up on the 2 o'clock time frame, which is going to be the close of this current 4 hour candle. So I'm going to be kind of cautious of that, right? So ideally what I would like to see is some kind of pullback, and I would like to see the bulls regain momentum and continue to push it higher, right? To be able to join that upside. That's the ideal, but obviously you don't always get what you want. Andrew Trades feels like ages session. Yeah, that's because a lot of times, right? You do have to be kind of cautious and not be greedy. And we're fastly approaching that 355 area that I kind of called out this morning. Armando Meza, have I ever set a trade at open and held it until the close? No, I mean, I'm pretty much a scalper. I don't hold. I I want to be in trades when there's momentum in the market, meaning that the move is going to happen, you know, within the next 5 or 10 minutes, preferably. If I don't like the price action, I'll probably close, because I want to trade when there's momentum in the market, not when it's kind of stalling around. Let me close out of this, guys. Don, watching from the Philippines. Wow, how are you, Mr. D Money? Hey, I'm doing great. How are you? Let's go. I'm here all day. Prop trading is near impossible with drawdown rules to hold a trade from open to close. Exactly, Tom, right? You got to be cautious of that. Now, it's a little easier if you're trading a prop that doesn't have trailing drawdown, and they have, you know, if you want to call it static drawdown or end of day drawdown, I guess, right? J-Turn, D-Money, just tuning in. What are you up today? So yeah, I'm actually up on the Apex accounts about $3,700. That's what I traded this morning. And I'm looking to trade the Lucid accounts this afternoon. So let's go. Chris, I've been holding one contract all day. Hey, nice. Just be cautious of, like, I don't know how many points you're up, but if you've been holding since the open, I mean, I'm not sure what you're, you know, what take profit you're looking for, but just be kind of cautious of the area that we're at, because that's a higher time frame area, right? So, and obviously you're probably, I take it more than likely you're probably trailing your stop up and, you know, deeper and deeper and deeper in profit. So, but if you're, you know, just be cautious, because if you're trading on an account, obviously with trailing drawdown, even if you're deep in profit, that can impact your drawdown, right? Don, very good, Mr. D Money. 12 hours different, but made money, $3,200. Hey. That's a lot of monies, right? We're just here to make some monies. Let's go. All right, so we're approaching, we got about 8 minutes left on this 1 hour candle. So, which is gonna be the open of a new 4 hour candle as well. So we're kind of like in a spot where I'm gonna be cautious, right? Because of what's happened here before with a huge sell-off, and we can very well bust through it, guys. I'm not saying that that's the end all, this level is the end all say all. I'm not saying that at all, because we do have higher time frame bullish energy. I mean, I guess I can say that. So I do like that, but I'm also aware that we haven't had a decent pullback, right, to these EMAs, which for me is always in play on some of these lower time frames to get a retest higher. So I'm just gonna let this kind of play out, and then I'll make a decision on what I'm gonna do. So Dion, did you see Apex update? We need to make 7 days for evaluation on Apex. No, I did not see that. When was that released? Today? Did they send an email? That I'm not sure. When did you get that communication? I've seen 1 day to pass forever on Apex, so I'm not sure. Did they send that update today? All right, so I'm seeing quite a few people in the chat saying that that it's still 1 day to pass. So I would double check that. Yeah, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Let's go. All right, so we just pretty much came close to that 355 level, and we're starting to get a reaction off of it, right? This is the 5-minute chart. Starting to get a reaction, kind of selling off a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Understanding Wiz, that's cap 1 day to pass. Yeah, I haven't seen anything that says anything different other than 1 day to pass. So like I said, I would double check that. And especially how there's other prop firms that are lowering their trading days. So I would just double check that. My Twitter is Demarius Trades NQ, right? Let's go. So this is what I was kind of saying, like, yeah, we got a little pullback coming off that 355 area. So it'll be interested to see if we've held pretty much the EMAs all the US session, right? We pretty much stayed kind of close to the EMAs. So is that trend going to change for the afternoon session? That remains to be seen, right? So with no codes, it's 7 day to pass. With coupon code, it's 1 day to pass on Apex. Gotcha. So yeah, I definitely will be using a code, right? Where am I from? I'm actually born and raised in Florida. Let's go. How is today going, Ton? It's going pretty good. I'm up $3,700 on the Apex account, so I'll be looking to trade the Lucid accounts this afternoon. So I'm just waiting for this 4-hour candle to close. I'm gonna see what it closes like in 3 minutes. And then also we have the open, obviously, of a new 1-hour candle that's gonna happen. So we are far away from the EMAs because we had an expansion to the upside. So is there gonna be a retest? Not sure. Just waiting to see how price kind of plays out and like try to see if it'll show me a hand for some trades, right? It's the thought process. All right, Daniel Patterson, the music is too loud. So how's the music for everybody else? Mila, what's up? Let's go. All right, I just turned it down a tag, guys, so all right, so we are rejecting, right? We're rejecting this as of right now. We got a minute and a half left. We're having some trouble, right? After we kind of pretty much tap or close to tapping that 355 area, we're starting to pull back a little bit, so we'll see what happens. Faithful Trader, yo, D-Money, hey, what's up? Tommy Ellis, too low. It wasn't loud. All right, so this is, we got about a minute left, right? That's my alert for the 1 minute left for the 4-hour candle. So let's see how we close going into this next candle. And kind of go from there, right? So this is the 15-minute chart. So the 15-minute candle is starting to pull back. It failed to put in a higher high compared to the previous 15-minute candle. And it put in a lower low, right? So it's starting to retrace. So ideally what I would like to see is I would like price to kind of come down, form some kind of support closer to the EMAs to try to join the upside, but we'll see. No, I do not use the 2-minute candles. I use 5-minute chart. That's the lowest I go is 5-minute chart. I don't go lower than that. All right, so here we go. So you had a pretty strong close right at the levels, right, that it resisted before. Had a retracement from or whatever you want to call it, right? Pull back. So I want to see if price is going to push down and form some kind of bottom wick. Not sure. And we're on the 5-minute chart. So it's right at the EMAs, right? It's right at the 14 and 50 EMA. So I want to see if we have strength, right, to hold the 14 EMA, or if we're going to have a deeper retracement, seeing that it's the open of a new 4-hour and 1-hour candle before pushing higher. If we hold the 14 EMA, if I'm looking for a buy, my stop's going to be below 331 because that's below the previous 5-minute candle. So I'm kind of waiting to see that, see how price kind of forms. Somebody said music's too low. Let's go. All right, so we're holding, right? But all right, this is the 1-hour chart. My first trade, so what I'm looking for, I'm trying to see if we're gonna hold the 14 and push up and put in a new high to that 356 to 360 area. All right, I'm gonna take a buy, guys. My take profit, I'm looking to see if we'll tap 355. My stop loss is gonna be 331, so like 11-point stop. If it doesn't hold, that's fine. I can always re-enter on a deeper pullback. So if it doesn't hold, that's fine. But I'm looking to see if we'll tap this 355 level. We've been holding the EMAs all day, right? So I'm just going with that same thought process. And there's a lag time, so I'm not sure why, but there's a lag on my trade, like showing up on Tradeovate. So I'm not sure what's going on with these Lucid accounts right now. Nice, nice, nice. I like. Why is it like price is lagging? I don't know if you guys see that on your screen. So, but nice, nice, nice. All right, I'm closing that, guys. Let's go. All right, so if you guys saw on that trade, I'm not sure like why Lucid has a lag, but and it didn't have the trade copier. You gotta be kidding me. All right, so $800 on that trade, guys. Let me turn this trade copier on. Should have been 800 across the 5 accounts. It should have been 4,000. So, but I'll still take it, right? Let's go. 20 points. Nah. Yeah. So I guess what happened, I'll be honest. I think I had PW's. I think when I initially logged in, somehow I logged into PW's account, and I was trying to trade copy 10 accounts. So when I got out and logged back in, it was only on 1 account. That happens. All right, so now I'm gonna wait since my trade copier is on, right? I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit more of a push down here to the EMA and then buy it again, right? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, and there is a lag, guys. I don't know. Somebody said it's been doing that all day. I'm not sure. But I had no issues on Apex this morning. But this is the first time trading a Lucid account today. All right.
Order filled.
So I'm in buys, guys. I'm gonna try it again to 355. My stop is gonna be 333. Just trying to see if we can put in a higher high. Based off the fact that we respected EMAs. Kind of struggling, right? So it was up there for a second and it pulled back. So we'll see. The music is slowing down the trade processing, LOL. Yeah, right? Let's go. I want to see momentum in this area to the upside, right? Like if it's going to continue to trend. All right, I'm gonna close it, guys, because it's like stalling. That's fine. And that's $80, right? So that's about $1,000 so far in this session. So we'll see what happens. Chart Smart Trading. Appreciate you, DMONEY. Digging the Dylan the Chill vibe along with the constant insight. Hey, I appreciate that. FX Trader, brother, I have asked 6 times today and didn't get the answer about the news. How did you know that Trump will speak? Because I can't trade news with my accounts, please. So somebody actually posted that in the chat. It wasn't me that knew that Trump was speaking today. Somebody posted that in the chat. So if you, a lot of times, if you go to CNBC or Fox News, they'll say like, hey, Trump speaking at whatever time. Trying to see if there's anything that said he was speaking today on. Yeah, I would just stay close to like CNBC, that kind of deal. All right, guys, we're at a level where the market like kind of resisted before, so that's why I'm not going to get married to a trade, right? If I see some kind of weakness, I'm going to close it out, especially if I'm taking buys. So that's why I'm a little cautious in this area. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was only one. Yeah, I thought I was copy trading. That was my fault. I guess when I logged into, I had to log out of PW's account. So he has Lucid accounts as well. So I guess when I logged out and switched to my account, the trade copier was off. So I had to turn it on for the other trades. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so thank God I had a controlled stop on that too, where I kind of knew where I had to get out at, but now it's kind of a little iffy, right, in this spot. And I mean, I wanted it to push through this level, this 355 level faster without doing a retest, and it's, you know, no, it wasn't a full port, believe it or not. So on Apex, the 150K account, I think a full port's like 17 contracts. So, but yeah, that was a mistake on my part, right? So it happens. Do I think we're hitting all-time highs? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we're not too far. We're not too far off, right? I mean, this wick is like 24,394, right? Let me map that out just to have it on the chart. Yeah, typically, guys, and normally the chat will like tell you like if they see that you're in something, because typically I trade max like 2 contracts, and I'm trade copying, right? So even if as long as my trade copier is on and you see 10 contracts, it's really 2 contracts per account because I'm trading 5 accounts at a time, right? So, but mistakes happen, right? I'm not perfect like everybody else. I mean, I make mistakes too, so it happens. Same OG. The max typically is 2 contracts, and if I'm up a lot on the day, then I'll just go ahead and size down a little bit to secure profits. Let's go. I'm using Tradevate. Tradevate's the trade copier. So you see why I was kind of mentioning earlier, chat, why you have to be kind of cautious in this area. Like, and I'm not saying that it won't be more upside, but it's kind of hanging out, right? See how we're kind of ranging on, we're barcoding on the 15-minute chart. It doesn't mean that it won't pop through this level. I just wanted it to happen quicker. $14 and $50 EMA. 14 and 50 EMA. These are 150K accounts. So I'm trading 150K Lucid accounts and I'm trading 150K Apex funded accounts. Let's go. So DMONEY, how do you set your stop loss after entering a trade? So typically for me, it's gonna be either below the previous 5-minute candle's low, or it's typically below an EMA. So like as an example, so if I was getting long right now, my stop loss would actually be below this 25,343 level, because if it takes out that low, I don't want to be in buys anymore, right? Because I want price to expand quickly to the upside if I'm in buys. Sorry guys, if you hear that, that sounds like a helicopter, so passing through. So they might be looking for Jerome. Let's go. No, I'm not in a buy. I'm not in a buy. I'm not in a buy, no. I don't like how price is hanging around at this level, right? I feel like they could be setting up for a deeper retest to the downside. And if that's the case, then I would look to go long lower, right? From where this price currently is, because we've been expanding all day. So you have to be cautious of that. Like we've been expanding since to the upside since 7 something this morning, right? So if I kind of look where the EMA cross started and the momentum was in the market, it was before 8 o'clock, right? So let me switch to that on this screen to show you what I'm talking about. So this is the 5-minute chart, and price basically had a momentum candle at 7:50 in the morning, and it's been doing pretty much nothing but going higher, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. When you look down here and you don't see any kind of candles, right? Like heavy retracements, like that could be possible. See how we're pulling back from this level? That's why I didn't get married to that trade by holding it. Matter. Trump speaking from the helicopter doing DMONEY's stream. Yeah, like listen, last week was very interesting, right? I'm happy that I ended the week green for a power hour session, because he was pretty much speaking or tweeting every day, right? It felt like it, at least 4 out of the 5 days. All right, guys, so it's pinned in the chat, the 14 and the 50 EMA. That's the EMA that I use, guys. It's pinned in the chat, so I get that question pretty much throughout every stream. Yeah, PW's not, I don't think he's on the stream. I'm literally logged in under his account, right? So that's why it's under his name, but it's 14 and 50 EMA. Let's go. All right, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, maybe this is your first time tuning in. You're tuned in to the D-Money Show. Let's go. Yeah, batter. It is listed, but believe it or not, I mean, as you know, I get that question a lot, right? So all right, what am I looking at right now? Well, on the 1 hour chart, we're 19 minutes into the candle, right? And we're starting to get some rejection. Right? We're starting to get some rejection here from this 355 level. The last time we were in the area, we kind of had a pullback, right? So I'm trying to wait to see if price is gonna have a deeper pullback, maybe retest these lows like the 25,314 area, maybe a little bit lower, and then expand higher, or right? I'm trying to wait for the market to kind of show me what it wants to do. So hey bro, music is a little too loud. Let's go. Steven Rosario, let's go. What's up? Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I just adjusted a little bit, guys. Other than that, you know, you're gonna have to adjust your volume. So do you have your own YouTube channel? So I'm actually on PW's channel, right? So this is the D-Money Show. I stream Monday through Friday, 1:30 to 4. Let's go. This week I'm also doing the US session as well. Vex. So yeah, I'm not gonna stream. I mean, unless PW tells me. But I think the plan right now initially was I'm doing the PM session, and he's streaming the morning session. Yo, bro, do you like shorting under the 50 EMA? Yeah, so like for me to be bearish right now, chat, price needs to close on the 5-minute chart below this 25,300 level, and it needs to have a bearish EMA cross, right? So that means there has to be some momentum to the downside, basically price to drop, maybe come back up, do a retest of the 50 EMA, and then continue to sell off, right? That would be the thought process for me. But I do see the rejection, right? So, but it's hard to be, you know, you have to kind of pick your spots. Disco none. Would you be looking to get long again? I mean, so on the 5-minute chart right now, we are holding. We're in an interesting spot right now. We're holding the 14 EMA. Even though we put in a lower low, we're still holding it, right? Because price is right back above it. So if I can see some continued strength, I mean, could be a possibility. We do have 6 minutes left before the close of the 30-minute candle. The only thing I don't like, look at the 30-minute chart, right? Look at the candles. Look at the wicks on the 30-minute chart. Like, right, there's wicks to the upside, like rejection wicks. So that's the only thing, is that there's rejection wicks to the upside, right? So right now, price is not looking extremely bullish in this area, right? It's kind of looking like it's having some trouble. So I'm cautious of that. You know, and it's kind of ranging. Price is stuck in a range, right? We've been kind of stuck in this same range for a little bit, right? We're stuck in this range. Price is moving sideways right now. Global Trader Life. I enjoy how calm you are for the morning. It keeps me grounded hearing you calmly confirm what I'm seeing. Hey, that's good to hear, right? So, like I said, I'm just trying to make some monies. Let's go. And this could be one of those times, guys, like I'm just being honest, like power hour is officially 3 o'clock. So maybe we get a big push either direction at 3. That's a possibility, right? So you also have to be aware of your times, because typically in this session, you know, you get the big moves between 3 and 4, right? Typically. So maybe that's going to happen. So I'm just being patient. Tried a couple buys, right? Trade copier didn't work on the first setup. Was only linked to one account, right? So that happens. So just being patient. George, D-Money running it up. Hey, I appreciate that, man. All right, so Nathan, hit that like button, just 12. Hey, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. So PW told me I'm going to get fired if I don't get 1,000 likes. Let's go. So I can't see the likes. I know that we got, you know, almost 1,650 people watching or tuned into the stream. So I appreciate that. And sometimes there's a lag, right? So that number might not be correct, because now I'm seeing 448. So, but if you guys haven't hit the like button, please do. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Let's go. So it's kind of like barcode action right now, right? This is the 15-minute chart. This is why I don't want to buy the top, right? Where you're close to an area where price struggled before, because look at this pullback. So I'll be interested to see how this 30-minute candle closes in a couple minutes, because, right? Look at the exhaustion, right, on the higher time frame. It's exhausted, right? So I'm not anxious to just jump in up here and start buying, right? When we know we've had a pretty good push to the upside throughout the morning, and price now is starting to do a little bit of a pullback, right? So Rafi Hernandez, D, I'm always your first like. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, right? So thank you. Shaggy PhD, like the stream. D-Money really knows his stuff and is humble about it. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I'm just being me, right? So I think you guys know that. If you know, maybe this is your first time tuning in, I appreciate it. But if you tuned in to multiple streams at this point, I mean, I think you guys can pick up on that. I'm just being myself, right? I'm not trying to be anybody else. Don't claim to be the perfect trader, right? Like, I mean, I wish I was, but that's not the case. All right, the Fresh Prince. Yeah, I see the last 3 hour, 1 hour candles have wicks. Yeah, so the wicks for me tell a story, right? So what's interesting on this 1 hour chart is the wicks at the bottom. So if I'm like a support and resistance trader, I'm going to draw out like the bottom wicks, right? And that kind of forms a support zone, if you want to call it that. So a support and resistance trader would wait for price to probably come back in this area down here, right? To start looking for buys. Because the higher price goes without a proper retest, you're kind of buying in a no man's land where your stop has to be measured. So I'm always cautious, try to be cautious of that. So we are coming up on the close of this 30-minute candle. We got about 30 seconds left. And this is the 15-minute chart, right? So the 15-minute chart kind of, it's barcode action right now. It tried to tap that 355, had a little trouble, now it's pulling back, right? So I'm just letting price kind of decide what direction. All right, Vex, do you have your own channel? So yeah, that question gets brought up a lot too. So guys, I'm trading full-time out of the BDH, streaming daily 1:30 to 4. I trade the afternoon session. This is the D-Money show, right? And so PW offered me a full-time spot, so I'm grateful for that. So this is where you'll find me, guys, right? So let's go. So this is the new 30-minute candle. If I'm bullish, short term, this 331 level, which is the low of the previous 30-minute candle, it needs to hold, right? Because if price starts putting in lower lows on the higher time frame, or the higher time frame basically based off of, like, 30 minutes and higher is what I'm referring to, right? Then that's not good for short-term bulls. Price should hold this 331 level and continue to push higher, right? Because you had a low put in, a higher low, and it just put in a little bit lower low, right? It swept that low, so that's a little concerning for the bulls short term. Doesn't mean that it won't push higher, but see, like, here we go, right? Here's that rejection down. So let's go to the 5-minute chart. We're below the 14 EMA, right? This is why I'm cautious, guys, at these levels. So, all right, Bradley, getting my first payout today. Thanks. Just started watching PW 3 minutes ago, and now I watch the Money Show in the afternoon. Hey, I'm happy to hear that, man. Let's go. Nothing like that payout. All right, Johnny, thanks for the heads up. So Johnny's saying Trump cabinet meeting live right now. So I got Fox News on behind me, and I don't see it. But let me check something real quick. Let me check CNBC to see if what channel are you seeing that on, Johnny? And Andres, D-Money, I passed my first 50K Apex evaluation in 2 days using your strategy. Thanks for calming me. Hey, I'm happy to hear that. You did all the work though, right? Not me. All right, so they're saying not live is replay. So, okay. Kelly, what's up? Purple tag. D-Money and PW, there needs to be a FAQ link for all those redundant questions. D-Money has the patience of a saint. Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, guys, I try to be as patient, as I can. We've all been there, right? We've all been new traders, trying to learn, that kind of stuff. So, but that's why I'm gonna start pinning like redundant questions. I did pin the 14 and 50 EMA question, and I'll start repinning some of this other stuff as well. So let's go. All right, so are we gonna hold this small little area, right? That price kind of keeps rejecting from and bouncing back up to the upside, right? That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm gonna take a buy, guys. My stop is gonna be 328. And that's only because price has respected this area. If it stops me out, that's fine. But I'm basically just playing the level that's holding, right? If it stops me, that's fine. Because it could very well stop me out on this trade. But I'm just playing. The last time price was in this area, we had a reaction to the upside. It's a controlled stop, so I'm not worried, right? So if it takes out this 329, then I don't want to be in the trade. I'll look for a deeper retest and I'll re-enter. It's fine. And I'm just looking left and looking at the last time price was in this area, right? We had a reaction back to the upside, so that's what I'm anticipating. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get it, right? I don't know what's going on with these candles. I'm seeing green and red candles at the same time. It's like weird, guys. I don't know if you guys just saw that on your chart. I don't know what that was about. There was a green. This candle was green, and then it literally in the middle of it, it turned red. So I don't know if there's some weirdness going on there. Yeah, that was a little strange. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so I'm keeping an eye on it. Some weird price action with the candle, so I'm not sure what's up with that, but we will watch it, right? If it stops me, that's fine. I'll look to re-enter possibly on a deeper retest. And we also have the 3 o'clock candle that's gonna open a little later, so we'll see. All right, it looks like it wants to break this area, so we'll see. So I'm going to be closing it if that's the case. Not every trade will work, right? So $327. All right, it looks like they want to swipe it, so probably be closing. We'll see. And if that's the case, they probably want lower lows if we can't hold this area. So let's see. There's some trickery, right? 51. Yeah, it looks like they want to swipe it, so. Like, cause I would want price to react quicker, right? Like out of this area and back to the upside above the 14 EMA, and it's not doing it, right? So that's the only thing I don't like. So I'm gonna close. It stalls out here again. Yep. So I'm out.
Order filled.
So I lost 380 on that trade. So we'll wait and see if you got about. All right, so our lower low was put in, right? So a lower low was put in. And so now we'll kind of wait and see This is a current 15-minute candle, so they might want a deeper retest down here to like 314 or 300 level. So I'll just kind of wait and see now if I can get a cheaper price, right, to ride price back up. It happens. Johnny Moore, can you use stop losses? Yeah, you can use stop losses on TradeAbate. With copy trading. All right, so those accounts, guys, because remember I had an issue with the trade copier, so I'm up 500 bucks on one account still, and then I'm down 300 on the other accounts. So that's where I'm at so far on these Apex accounts. In full transparency, right? So don't want to just show the winning trades. Want to show both. Let's go. Joseph, love that chicken from Popeyes. Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm kind of eyeing it to see, all right, on the 15-minute chart, this like 314 area, maybe a little bit lower. You know, if they want to push price down here to kind of trap some people and then reverse it up, that's a possibility. So I'm just trying to be patient. We'll see. See what happens. Hey Joseph, yeah. I'm not, whatever you see on your, that's trading's discretionary, right? So if you notice the gray area that I had on the chart, this like little rectangle price the last, every time it came in this area, you had a reaction back to the upside. So I'm not sure why you're saying it's gambling, but you have your own opinion, right? So every time price came in this area, it bounced back up to the upside. So that's the trade I took, right? I took the same trade. It didn't hold the area. It happens. So that's trading, right? That's trading in a nutshell. Like I said, guys, I will tell you every stream that I'm not a perfect trader, right? I'm just basically playing into the idea that price, when it dropped below the EMAs, every time it's been there, it's had a reaction back to the upside, right? Look at this move. This move, the last time it tapped this area, price actually reversed back to the upside. 20 point move, right? Back to the upside. That's what I was playing. Does it always work? Absolutely not. Am I going to be wrong on trades? Absolutely. Am I going to get stopped out? Absolutely. That's trading, right? Nobody bats 100%. That's just life. So I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade over and over. Yeah, 3-year plan. D-Money asks him if he's short. Yeah, I mean, if he is, that's great. But I'm just waiting now, right, for a deeper retest, but it's still going to be the same the thought process, right? So will price come down here to the low 300 area, and the last time it was here, you had a bounce back up to the upside? Is that in play? Possibly, right? So that's trading. Exactly. Henry, so it's better to take a short below the 50 EMA. Yeah, so my trading strategy is I'm not bearish until price closes below both EMAs with momentum to the downside, right? I'm still bullish. This for me is nothing more than a retest of basically trying to trap sellers and then go back and then to push up higher. So that's my thought process, right? I have to trade how I trade it. Not every trade's gonna work, but I still have to trade how I trade, right? So everybody's different, guys, right? I mean, some people can be like, oh, let's draw a fib from the top. Right now, we're respecting the 50% level of the fib, right? Because this is the area that price is reacting from. It like there's different ways to trade. Like, I mean, that's just how it is. Tom, exactly. For me, yeah, just to pull back in the uptrend until proven otherwise. Exactly. That's what I'm going by, right? That's what I see on the chart. Everybody's different, right? And you guys should know that by now. I'm not here to say somebody's trading style is wrong or right or whatever. Like, but I'm gonna. All right, this is the 15-minute chart. So for me, right, we're coming down to the 14 EMA on the 15-minute chart. Typically, we'll get some kind of reaction back to the upside. Doesn't mean it's gonna always happen. But look how spread apart the EMAs are in the 15-minute chart, right? There's a big range. So thousands of ways to skin a cat, correct. Facts. D-Money, love the concept. All you got to do is add the PW trend line once we get in like PW, so he draw a line for the breakout long. Yeah, that works. A lot of the times, and like I said, there's different ways to trade it, right? So I'm just kind of waiting on to see how price reacts at this level. Is it going to hold a 14 EMA on the 15-minute chart? That's what I'm looking at, which is my red line, right? Which is pretty close to it right now. Or are we gonna get a deeper retest down here to these 305, right? This area up in here. So that's what I'm looking at. And let's go back to the 5-minute chart. So this is the 5-minute chart. We're right at the 50 EMA. Will it hold its 288 level? And this is the 1 hour, right? This is the 1 hour chart. Currently, at the moment. You got about 12 minutes left on the 1 hour chart. Somebody said we got EMAs cross on the 5-minute to the downside. So I don't see a cross yet on my chart. On the 5-minute chart, they are pointing down, but there's not a cross yet, right? So not on my chart at least. But it could very well happen because you're rejecting on a higher time frame. Michael Swartz, D-Money, I admire your mental fortitude working on mine, LOL. Yeah, it takes practice, right? I mean, I'll say that. So I'm trying to see, guys, am I going to get long here with a stop below like 290 area, like a 25-point stop because it's at the 50 EMA? PHC trader, yeah, you could be correct. Yeah, maybe they're using a 9 EMA. So if that's the case, yeah, it probably crossed over already. You're right. All right, let me check this 15-minute chart. So we're right at an area, right, where it's kind of like if price breaks through this 289 area, there's going to be a lot of downside possibility in my opinion. So that's why I'm kind of cautious to see if there's going to be a reaction, right? So 290, I like 290 as a stop. All right, I'm going to take a buy, guys. My stop loss is going to be 290. Targeting 338. Just trying to see if we'll get a bounce to the upside. If not, that's fine. Let's go. I want to see if I don't like that rejection, but I want to see if we can at least tap this 332 level. If it breaks this 306 level, I'm probably out of this trade, which is 10 points. Because I want to see a reaction back above the EMAs quickly and then retesting up here to like 330 area. That's the thought process for me on this trade, right? So no wick, very small wick on the top of this current 15-minute candle. Doesn't mean it's gonna form a top wick on it, you know, but there's no, it's a very small wick, right? So expecting a flash. I'm not sure what do you mean by that, Anar? Well, what I want to happen, right, is price pushes up rapidly above the 14 EMA and traps sellers and expands to the upside, right? Will I get it? That remains to be seen. But that's what the last time we were in this area, we had a pretty big bounce to the upside, right? So that's what I'm playing. Doesn't mean it'll always work, but that's the trade that I'm taking. Somebody said it looks bearish. Yeah, it needs to pull out of this area, right? I do want to see it pull out. But when you look to the left on the 15-minute chart, look at all these wicks to the downside. That's what I'm kind of playing into. So we'll see, right? PHC trader, DMONEY, ES is trying to get back up on the 1 minute chart. Nice. These are Apex accounts. Sorry, Lucid accounts. I traded Apex this morning. These are Lucid straight to funded accounts, 150K accounts. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Let's go. All right, so notice that reaction out of that level, right? So that 326 level would be like 10 points. Come on, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. Nice, nice, nice. I like. All right, I'm probably gonna close in a second. All right, we'll close it. 10 points, right? We'll close it. Let's go. That boy good. That boy good. All right, so basically, guys, right? So that same trade, you know what's funny about it, right? So all I did was look to the left. What did price do the last time it was? Let me switch to look to the left, right, on the 15-minute chart. What did price do the last time it was in this area? You had a reaction back to the upside, right? I mean, that's I took the same trade on the 5-minute chart. It didn't hold on the 5-minute chart. I took it on the 15-minute. It held on the 15-minute, right? Same exact trade. That boy good. That boy good. And look, it's still expanding, right? It's so this is why you can't let, somebody trade how you trade, guys, right? You got to trade how you trade. So, and I am mindful of the 1 hour candle close. So just kind of keep that in mind. So I'll wait for the 1 hour candle to close and look for the next trade, right? So I am mindful of that. But what I like is this 15-minute candle. You got about a minute and a half left, and it's trying to close as a bullish pin bar off the 14 EMA, right? So if you notice this 15-minute candle, it's trying to close as a bullish pin bar. And if you measure it from the bottom, right, that reaction, I mean, that's a 25-point trade. And it's still expanding, right? So Janupi official, where's everybody that was doubting? Let the man trade. That boy good. Yeah, it's always funny, right? Like how when they see it work, they're kind of like, they get quiet, right? But it's the same trade I took, guys, on the 5-minute chart. It just didn't hold on the 5-minute chart, right? So I just waited for a deeper retest on the 15-minute, and I took the same exact trade. It's not always going to work. So as you kind of continue to trade, you'll start seeing that, right? You just kind of look to the left, and where's like a logical place where price had a reaction the last time it was in that area. And then that also allows you to measure your stop loss. So for me, if I look on the 15-minute chart, this 15-minute candle that closed at 1 o'clock. The low of that candle was 297, right? So I knew if price took out that 297 level, I didn't want to be in the trade anymore, right? So that's how I kind of measure my stops. All right, so here's a 3 o'clock candle, bullish pin bar in the 15-minute chart. Are we going to get more expansion to the upside? I want another buy because I like how the 15-minute candle closed, to be honest. Let me see how the 1 hour candle. All right, so, but this is the 1 hour candle. So the 1 hour candle closed bearish with a wick at a long wick at the top and the bottom of the candle, right? So that's the only thing I don't like on the higher time frame. So if I take a scalp, I'm not going to get married to the trade. I would prefer for us to get back above the 14 EMA and close on the 5-minute chart before looking for more longs. That's just my personal thing, right? All right, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button, guys. I'm seeing that we're only at, Cherokee is saying we're only at 690 for the likes. Let's go. Trying to get to 1,000, guys. All right, I guess we're only at 723, right? So PW told me I got to be at 1,000 likes or else I might get beat up. Let's go. All right, so I want to see on this 5-minute chart, will it close above this 14 EMA, which is the 331 area? You had a sell-off going into the close, basically, of that 2 o'clock candle. Then you had an expansion back to the upside, right? So I'm just kind of watching to see if we can get back above this 14 EMA. All right, we're at 843, 2,000 watching. Let's go. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, please do. So I'm here all week. Let's go. All right, so let's kind of check this out, right? So the only thing I don't like I said, on this 1 hour candle is that it closed bearish and it put in a lower low compared to the previous candle, right? So obviously I bought some of that back up on this, you know, before this candle closed out, but just kind of be mindful of that. It failed to put in a higher high compared to the previous candle's high. So that's, you know, that's a little iffy for me a little bit, not gonna lie. Degenerates, save this man job or he go from that boy good to that boy broke. You not lying. When you right, you right. That's so funny. Yeah, so I'm not gonna, all right, so just kind of eyeing it, right? Watching the price action. Let's see where we're at as far as closing above the 14 EMA. Jason Luckett, when is the Lamborghini coming? So I mean, guys, I would love to get the electric Porsche, the 4-door, the Taycan 4S. I like the Urus as well. I got a daughter, guys, right? So I can't be cooping it out, you know. So I would probably try to get the Porsche first, and then down the line I would love to get a Urus. Not gonna lie. George, yeah, I think I'll be honest though. I think if he rides in it, in that Porsche, I think he'll probably change his mind. Let's go, because at the end of the day, it's still a Porsche, guys, right? So, and that Porsche drives actually like a Porsche. It doesn't drive like another, you know, Tesla or whatever. So. Nathan, when did you quit your job for trading DMONEY? I've been trading full time now for like almost it's been almost 2 years. Let's go. All right, Tanner, what's up? We're at 955 likes, guys. We got 1,863 people watching. Let's go. We're almost there. All right, so we held the 14 EMA on the 5-minute chart, right? We closed above it. So I am kind of watching that. You have a pretty decent sized gap between the 14 and the 50. We had some selling pressure to the downside, right? And then price expanded higher. I do like that bullish pin bar in a 15-minute chart. I mean, I just wanted a deeper pullback closer to the EMA at least, but I might not get it, right? So I'm just kind of keeping an eye out. What I ideally wanted was price to come down to this 317 level, roughly, and then I can measure my stop to like 307 and have a 10-point stop and then try to catch that momentum back to the upside, right? But you don't always get what you want, so. Let's see, 317. The video breaking down, so I hope I'm right about going to 300. I mean, anything's possible. I mean, what I like to do is I'll wait. So like we're on the second candle of the 1 hour second 5-minute candle of the 1 hour chart, right? On the 5-minute chart. So there's nothing wrong with waiting. Like I'm waiting, right? I want to see if this price is going to respect this EMA or reject the EMA to the upside. That's what I'm kind of waiting for, right? I'm not going to rush into this trade because I know if the momentum is back to the upside, I'll try to join in on another candle, right? Even if I have to. So, and here's that expansion, right? It's trying to push. Ricardo Page, 1,000 likes hit. Let's go. Just Jim W. Hey, nice. Yeah, guys. I mean, I'm not, you know, like I said, I take the same trades over and over, right? So I do like the strength here. And remember, I like that 15-minute bullish pin bar. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some expansion. It looks like they want to push it. So, all right. So we're kind of hanging on. PW is actually in Mexico. He's in the desert in his truck, right? So he's doing the Baja, I think. Is that what it is? Baja race? Let's go. So I'm going to be streaming, guys, every day, 9 a.m. to 11:30 this week. And then I'll be back 1:30 to 4, my normal showtime, right? So the sleeve DJ, do you remember Friday when President tanked the market? When President Trump tanked the market? Yes, I remember. Ahmad, $180 to pass eval. Yeah, just wait for your A+ setup. Nothing wrong with that, right? Regardless, don't worry about what everybody else is saying, right? Like worry about, you know, trying to take your setup you feel comfortable with to get to that, to pass. A lot of times it feels like once you're so close to passing or you're close to getting a payout, that's when it becomes harder, right? Because it's a mental thing. So, all right, so this candle on the 5-minute chart, it's holding the EMA, but it's closing as a doji. So we're either going to get an explosion to the upside or we're going to get a rejection, right? That would be my thought. And let's see how it closes. You got about 10 seconds left. All right, it closed as a bullish doji. And let's see something. $336. And right now it's kind of rejecting, right? It's rejecting the 5-minute, 14 EMA on the 5-minute chart. No wick at the top of this 5-minute candle. Bear flag break. Yeah, it's not looking hot for the bulls, right? We're below the 14 EMA again. And this is the current 15-minute chart. So that's why preferably what I would want is at the open of this current 15-minute chart that we're in, price push down initially, right? Right at the open versus putting in that high and then rejecting. So that's the only thing I'm a little iffy on now for buys. Scott trades. Yeah, you can always wait for tomorrow, Ahmad. I agree. Nothing wrong with that. Kelly. All right, chat. I'm out for the day. Another great day. Thanks, D-Money, for being here, bro. See everyone tomorrow. Peace. Hey, have a good rest of your day, Kelly. Thanks for the support. What is the A+ setup according to my trading style? I trade wicks, right? I trade wicks. I trade retests, which are wicks off the higher time frame. And I trade EMA crosses and breakout and retest, right? So if you notice that 15-minute chart trade that I just took, that was pretty much an A+ setup for me. I took the same trade on the 5-minute chart before that, and I closed it, right? Because it broke through the level. So if you continue to watch, you'll see exactly what I consider A+ setups. Let's go. Gray G, yo, I'm gonna be here each stream this week. Let's go. My first time watching. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the support. Joel Sanchez, I'm done as well. Thank you, D-Money. I'm up 18,000 on a day. Let's go. Hey, congrats, man. You did all the work. All right, so Wealth Circuit AI, D-Money, what am I looking for in order to take a sell? So I'm not looking for a sell right now. I mean, in order for me to take a sell, price needs to close basically below this blue line, super bearish, form a bearish EMA cross, and then show some strength continuation to the downside, right? Because the higher time frame right now is bullish. Miguel Medina, D-Money, show your trade. I think I've explained very clear, like how I like what I've traded. I've even showed obviously the P&L and all that stuff. I show the trades when I'm in a trade, so I'm not sure what you're talking about, to be honest. Natsnet W, D-Money, see you tomorrow. Hey, have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Miguel Medina, no, I'm not in a trade right now. I'm not in a trade right now. That's why you're not seeing my screen. I'm not in a trade. Veraluz, I saw the morning trades. Did you take any afternoon this session? Yeah, I took all buys today. I took all buys. Correct. This morning I traded Apex accounts. I'm up like 3,700 on the Apex accounts. And right now I'm actually trading the Lucid straight to funded accounts. And I'm up about $1,200 on the Lucid account, $1,300. Let's go. Bernard McAdoo, hey D, great job. What's your normal position size? Typically I trade 1 to 2 contracts. I did have a mix up earlier where I thought I had my trade copier on and it was actually 10 contracts, I guess, on one account, which is womp, but yeah. So 2 contracts is typically the max for me. If I'm up a decent amount on a trade, then I might scale down to 1 contract per account. I'm trading 5 Apex accounts and I'm trading 5 Apex 150K PA accounts and I'm trading 5 Lucid straight to funded accounts. Nvidia dropping. Yeah, so that's why, guys, I'm not, you know, in this kind of conditions, you have to kind of let price try to show you its hand, right? Now, what's interesting, this 15-minute candle doesn't have, it has a very minimum top wick on it, but we're kind of digging down back in that area that we bounced from. We just put in a lower low, which is not great for bulls, to be honest, right? Because that bullish pin bar, and what I'm referring to is if you're a price action trader, the bullish pin bar, you would like to see it should have held, right? In my opinion, because that would mean that bulls are still in control, right? And it just put in a lower low. But in the grand scheme of things, we're right back in this area where I took the buy from on the last trade, right? Like every time we kind of been in this area, we had a reaction back to the upside. So just gotta kind of be mindful of that, right? The only concern I have too on the 15-minute chart, look at where the 50 EMA is actually all the way down at 25,220. All right, so if we don't hold this area, then that could be a possibility, right? If we break below this gray box, but we're starting to react again, right? Back to the upside, so we'll see. Sniper, D-Money, it's the same price action last couple days, or am I wrong? Yeah, it feels like it. Money Ghost, I caught all that drop. Hey, congrats. Yeah, the way that I trade, I need an EMA cross because that shows me that there's momentum to the downside, because kind of like we ranged in this area for a long time and then we exploded back to the upside, right? So that's why I'm not interested in shorts just yet, just because of that price action, right? We need to get below this 25,290 for me to be interested in shorts, to be honest, which is this range of, you know, that we've been kind of stuck in. So somebody wanted me to zoom in on the chart. So that's the range that I'm talking about, right? So this is every time we've been stuck in this range, price has pretty much bounced back up to the upside, right? So that was why I took the buy on the last trade. I took a buy because the last time we kind of tapped in this area, we had a reaction back to the upside. Sean requesting 1,000 1K payouts on funding ticks today. Best I've been trading the past 2 months. Hey, congrats on that. Cami Gold, how long have I been trading? D-Money. I've been trading for 10 years, over 10 years actually. So I've been trading futures for a couple years, and I traded Forex, stock options, penny stocks, all of that, right? So yeah, let's go. So this is that 15-minute chart, right? We're still we're stuck back in this range. So something's gonna happen, right? It's either gonna collapse to the downside or we're gonna get an explosive move back up to the upside and probably take out this 355 level, right? If I had to guess. How many contracts do I recommend on the 50K account? I mean, that's a personal thing. I'm not, you know, I would say risk management is just as important as your size that you're taking on, right? When you open a trade, because you can be right on the direction, but if your entry is off, you can end up blowing your account, right? If you size too big. So that's why, if you guys notice, I try to have a measured stop loss, and some people don't like that because they're like, oh, why'd you close the trade? Because I don't like the price action, right? Like, if I don't see price expanding and I'm in buys, like, I'm not going to hold it. I'll just re-enter when I see the price actions kind of matching what I'm looking for. Diddy, that lineup is crisp. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to my barber Miguel. Let's go. BU, my thoughts as well. Hey, I appreciate it, man. So yeah, I don't know. Like, this is the current 30-minute chart. Not looking great for for bulls right now. Sorry. Right? Because there's a lot of momentum to the downside. We failed to put in a higher high. So just be cautious of that. If you're looking for longs, like, because price has kind of been stalling, right? This is not the price action that you want to see if you're long. And there you go, right? So here we go. So we're below. We just closed below the 50 EMA on the 5-minute chart, which means for me that probably, if I had to guess, the 1-minute chart, 2-minute chart, maybe 3-minute chart, you got a bearish EMA cross to the downside, right? So just be mindful. P8C Trader, yeah, D-Money, we have not closed below the 50 since this morning. I agree, but now we're below it, right? So you got to kind of keep that in mind, that the trend could be changing. Doesn't mean that it's going to change, but it could be changing.
$1,000 away from my 4th payout and blew the account today, refusing to take a red day. Man face palming, light skin tone, good news. Plus $1,500 towards the $6,000 goal.
Tanner Simmons, yeah, hey, I've been there, brother. Trust me, I've been a couple $100 away from some pretty big payouts and refused to accept that I took a L, right? That's part of trading, unfortunately, and that's why I don't have an issue taking profit, right? Because I know that it's better to take some profit off the table versus it turning into an L, right? So if you can control it. All right, so yeah, we're not looking good for the bulls. I can tell you that much. You got about 7 minutes left on this 30-minute candle. It looks weak. And this is the 15-minute chart so far, right? Brady Bendefield, what do I feel about trading a live account? To each his own. I mean, I think it's good to have a live account, but I mean, I would take advantage personally of prop firms and the amount of capital that you have to put up versus putting, right, a whole bunch of money into a funded, your own personal account. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, and obviously it makes sense to have like a live account there, but that's why you guys see a lot of these traders that post on social media, right? They have live accounts, but they're also utilizing prop because they realize that, hey, why would I risk, a ton of money of my own capital, right, so to speak, versus putting up a limited amount of capital and being able to trade with somebody else's funds, so to speak, right? So So it's yeah. So this is that 15-minute area, guys, right? That we kind of been stuck in. So is it going to hold this price or is it going to collapse to the downside? That's the question, right? We're kind of stuck in a range right now. And if you notice, right, price has kind of been ranging from this like 291 area up to like 353 area since about 12 o'clock, right? So this is the 1 hour, this is the 30 minute. We've kind of been stuck in a range. What do I mean about a controlled stop loss? So I'm trying to, when I'm getting into a trade, I'm trying to measure out where my stop has to be. Hold on 1 second. All right, so as far as what I mean by that, right? So if I'm entering on this current 5-minute candle, and you got an expansion back to the upside, right? My stop would probably be below the previous low's candle, right? So, which would be 297. So if I got into this trade, I would have probably a 14, 15 point stop loss, because I know if price puts in a lower low, I don't want to be in that trade anymore, right? To the upside, I want to be out of the trade. So that's what I mean about a controlled stop loss, as an example. Do I always trade on the higher direction of the higher time frame? What time frame charts do you watch? I'll watch the 4 hour, I'll watch the 1 hour, and I typically enter on the 5-minute chart. Sorry, I typically enter on the 5-minute chart. If I go counter trend, it's going to be very rare, because I'm trying to stick to my trading strategy, right? Because typically I don't have a lot of luck going counter trend. That's just me. Everybody's different. DBTT, D-Money, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up? Ahmad, you passed. Hey, congrats. Happy for you. Let's go. How do you prevent blowing an account when market experiences the huge spikes and dips against your trade? So you need to have a stop loss in place. And maybe you need to trade smaller size, right? Like, I'm not here to tell you what size to trade, but all right, here's that expansion right back up, guys, right? I mean, it's crazy. So it's holding this level so far. It's holding this, that 291 low is still intact for now, right? Robert St. Peter, some absolute trash PA. Yeah, it's not the best today, right? I mean, I'll admit that. So that's why on days like this, you have to be content and take what you can get, right? All right, so look at the 15-minute chart, right? So now it's closing as another bullish pin bar. It basically tapped that area and pushed back up as a... It's trying to close. We'll see how it closes, because you got about a minute and a half, but it's trying to close as a bullish pin bar. But it's back above the 14 EMA on the 15-minute chart. So I'm going to see if it closes there. Young trader, man, today I cried because I almost blown an account and went up 3,500 and I cried like a little boy. Hey, sometimes, you know, what I will say, trading can break you down, right? Like, I mean, it's the losses, the wins, the ups, the downs. One day you feel like you're on top of the world. The next day you blow an account and you feel like you're back to square one, right? I've been there. All right, so we're expanding again. So if I had to guess, we got an EMA cross back to the upside on the lower time frame, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. Silver 4K, what up, D-Money? Hey, what's up? All right, we're getting this 30-minute candle. See, I would love for it to have closed green as a bullish like pin bar, but it's closing. It's closing bearish, right? Fail to put in a higher high. It has a lower low put in, so that to me is not great. 15-minute chart. All right, so the 15-minute chart, it did close as a bullish pin bar, right? So that's a little encouraging. Can we hold the EMA on the, this 14 EMA and continue to expand higher? Or are we going to get a deeper retest and lower lows, right? So I'm trying to give it a little bit of time and we'll see. 30-minute, yeah. Tim, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I don't like that. That's not what I want to see if I'm a bull, right? Like I would have loved to see it close bullish. I mean, the 15-minute chart, the last 15-minute candle was bullish, right? It was able to close above the 14 EMA, but the high is a lower high compared to the previous 15-minute chart. So that's not great as well. So I'm not gonna just jump in here. All right, so Leonel Perez, D, which one you find easier to trade, the morning or the afternoon? The morning is, I feel is a little easier because there's more volume, more volatility in the morning. A lot of times in the afternoon, if you got a big move throughout the whole day, a lot of times you'll get a chop fest in the afternoon, right? Or sometimes it'll stall in the morning and then you'll get a big move in the afternoon. But typically the big moves come in the morning. So I prefer to trade the morning. But I realize I do have to be a little bit more cautious trading in the afternoon and picking your trades out because if you're not careful, you can get chopped up. The life of Des, the EMAs are actually pinned in the chat. If you scroll up, 14 and 50 EMA. No, I do not trade ES. I only trade NASDAQ. Let's go. Deborah Haynes, morning is difficult for me. Yeah, so everybody, what helped me as far as the morning is kind of waiting for the first 5-minute or 15-minute ORB to play out and then try to pick a direction based off the overall time frame, the higher time frame bias. Sometimes, the morning, some people don't like the morning because they feel like it moves too much in the morning. And I want to be bullish right now and I want to take a buy, but I just don't like how that 30-minute candle closed. But if I'm, cause my stop loss, where would I put my stop loss? Just so you guys can kind of see how I'm thinking, right? So if I'm in a buy right now, where's my stop loss going to be? So the logical spot is the previous candle's low on the 15-minute chart, which is 298. So that's a 19, 20 point stop loss. Cause I like how it closed as a bullish pin bar. I do, but I don't like how that 30-minute candle closed out. So if I take a stab at it, probably if I can get price back above and close above the 14 EMA on the 5-minute chart, I may take a buy with a measured stop loss. It just we'll see. FPL fantasy, do I watch soccer World Cup next year in USA? I'm not gonna lie, I would love to go to a Messi match. They actually play here in Fort Lauderdale, so that's on the list of things for me to do. But I've not really gotten into soccer. I am looking forward to that game tonight, right? You got Detroit and Tampa Bay playing tonight, NFL. Let's go. Political clips. You don't think we dump for power hour? I'm not sure. There's weakness on the 30-minute chart based off what I see. It's a mixed bag right now. It's mixed. 15-minute charts holding. It closed as a bullish pin bar the previous candle. Right, so we failed to close. It looks like on the 5-minute chart above. So I'm not entering a buy, right? I would need to see price back above the 5-minute or the 14 EMA on the 5-minute chart for me to even be interested in buys right now. Martin, just leave it for today. Yeah, I'm not gonna force a trade. All right, I'm not gonna force a trade. Like if I don't, like I said, I don't like that. I don't like the 30-minute. I don't like the 30-minute at all. I mean, that's not for buys at least. I'm not gonna force it if I don't, you know, if I don't get it, I don't get it. Tomorrow's another day, right? Had a good AM session, made some money in the PM session. That's all you can ask for, right? Let's go. Coding phase. How many ticks you usually try to buy and sell? So I don't measure in ticks. I just go by points, to be honest. It depends on the price action. Here's that expansion. That I was waiting for, right? So I'm gonna see if price can close above the 14 on the 5-minute chart. So typically if I'm looking for, like, if you're saying like my take profit, I'm looking for 10 points or more, depending on the price action. Peter, why the 14 and 50 is just a preference thing. That's it. I use it strictly as a preference. That's it. Goldfinger 8. How about today? Major League Baseball, Seattle versus Toronto, Game 7. Yeah, that might be good. I might be wrong, but I think the Dodgers are going to win the World Series again. So. D, what application are we looking at on your chart? So you're looking at right now, this is TradingView. I'm logged into my Apex accounts on TradingView. So my trade copier that I use is Tradevate. Let's go. King Louis, people trying to force a trade instead of waiting for your trade. Patience. Wait for the setup and everything to align. D-Money does this well. Learn from him. That's why we're here. Yeah, guys. Like like I said, you guys are gonna see me pretty much take the same trades over and over. They're not always gonna work, and you saw an example of that today, right? And I'm actually glad, like, that you saw, like, right, I took a buy off the 5-minute chart. It didn't hold that lower low. And I went to the 15-minute chart and basically took the same buy, right? And you had expansion back to the upside. So not every trade's gonna work, but I'm gonna take the same trades pretty much over and over. Let's go. This is choppy right now. Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the wick. So see, like, this is a nasty 5-minute candle, right? Like it put in a higher high, but now it's rejecting the 14 EMA. So like that's not attractive for me. Cherokee, when in doubt, stay out. I agree. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but as a trader, your job is to protect your capital and take A+ setups, meaning that you're taking trades that you take over and over and you let the probability of it working out play out, right? Hey D, can you copy trade on Apex via Tradevate? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So you can copy trade up to 20 accounts, especially with Apex, right? So they're the prop that allow you to trade 20 accounts. So yes, correct. Brickle Crypto Trader, I hate this slow market. Yeah, it's a little frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. on that. Chris, no, I do not execute on TradingView because I'm trade copying, and if I'm using the Tradeovate copier, you can't, you know, it's only going to open one account, a trade on one account versus all 5 accounts, right? So that I'm copy trading. All right, so we did get a close above the 14 EMA on the 5-minute chart. I'm going to take a buy, guys. And I'm going to see if it'll hold this 315 level. I'm not sure if it will or not. But I'm just trying to anticipate more upside because it held the level, right? So we'll see. So in order for price to expand higher, right, I should get a reaction and I might get stopped because it's starting to reject a little bit. So I need price to hold this 315 level. I got in at 326. And let me switch to this because this price action is kind of nasty, right? So let's see. And it could have very well been a fake out, but I'm just playing the price action that I see on the chart. And it's not good, right? Not looking good on this one. Can it hold this low, or was that a fake out? Looks like I'm going to be stopped, right? That's what it's looking like, but we'll see. Did I? 326. Yeah, I'm not trying to see something, guys. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's not respecting it, so I'm gonna be, looks like I'm gonna be out of this trade. Just barcoding, right? Which happens. And the higher time frame is bearish, so yep, there's a drop that I didn't want. So let's see. I'm gonna give it a second and then I'll close. Because I needed it back above 316, right? To hold any kind of area, so. Trying to give it a little room, but this could be a flush back down, right? That's what it's looking like. So I'm gonna close because I don't like the reaction here, right? We should have technically held that previous low. Not looking good. All right.
Order filled.
That's it. Yeah, so that's probably it for me as far as trades for today, guys, because unless I see something spectacular, because it's kind of stuck in a range. So what I wanted was price to hold since it closed above the 14 EMA. I wanted price to hold this low, this 316, and kind of push back up to the upside, right? But I didn't get that. So that's basically the same trade I took all day. So, and we're right back in a range that, you know, just kind of playing into this bullish pin bar on the 1 hour chart. I still feel like it might towards the end of the session kind of do some trickery, but who knows, right? Just ranging right now. Yep, exactly. And you got the next 15-minute candle that just opened. You're not gonna always time it right. I mean, right? I mean, you got to live with that. And here's the bounce, right? I gotta love it. Let's go. So let me see something. I feel like it's putting in like higher lows. Like right now it's putting in a higher low to go higher.
Order filled.
I just re-entered. And guys, you don't have to follow these trades, right? I'm basically just playing the price action, trying to see if I can get some kind of momentum back to the upside. Based off the bullish pin bar on the 15-minute chart that was there. Doesn't mean it's gonna give it to me, right? But we'll see. And I would want to see like some momentum like pretty quick, right? Back to the upside. So let's see. You got about 12 minutes left on this 1 hour candle. Let's see this 355 level. So are they going to squeeze sellers here, right? That's the question. Getting some weakness here. Nice, nice, nice. I like. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Let's go. So I'm going to be cautious in this area because we got 10 minutes. So I need to see some more rapid expansion or I'm going to close, right? Because we got 10 minutes left on this 1 hour candle. So just got to be cautious of that a little bit. So I'm going to close. Filled. I'll take the profit, right? It's fine. Let me see. Don't have to be greedy, right? So and I do feel that before the end of this candle, or maybe in the 4 o'clock candle, they're gonna snap that 355 area. That's what I feel like. Because price is kind of stuck, right? Yeah, here we go, see? So if you look at the 5-minute chart, you got a higher high that was put in now, right? So it's starting to push back up to the upside. So we'll see how this it'll be interesting to see how this 4 o'clock, how this 3 o'clock candle closes out, right? This 1 hour candle. But on that trade, it's pretty much nothing different, right? I mean, I'm trading the same exact. I just see the 15-minute chart and I see how that bullish pin bar was there and the low of that bullish pin bar held. And if this 15-minute candle closes green, that is actually showing some strength for bulls because you had a retest to the downside after that bullish pin bar, and then you had a close above the 14 EMA bullish, right, with a higher high put in. So I'm going to be watching that too as well because you might get some expansion a little later as well, right? So, but that's what I took it. I'll take it. Not going to complain, right? So every trade I took today, guys, it was buys, right? I didn't take any sells. I'm overall bullish. Same thing in the US session. This is a current 5-minute chart. Now we're looking at all right, so Cordell Young is saying that Trump speaks in 7 minutes. Look out. Surgery, that boy good. That boy good. That boy good. Yeah, and guys, remember, it could be a falling knife or it could be a massive pump to the upside, right? Like, we don't know. So that's why, like, I don't want to get stuck in a news trade, to be honest. Dun. Hey, D-Money, quick question about the take profit trader prop firm. How can I defeat the intraday drawdown on the 50K pro account? What's the better risk reward in order to get buffer? That's a preference thing. You got to decide, right? Like how you're going to attack it. Are you going to trade smaller so you can have a bigger stop loss, or up? So somebody, here's that retest, right? So yeah, are you gonna trade smaller and have a bigger stop loss? Or are you gonna trade a bigger position size and have a tighter stop? It just depends, right? So I would say what I would do, how I trade is I try to have a measured stop loss where for me the trade is invalid. What's interesting on this current 5-minute chart, we don't have a wick at the top of it, right? It's just a push straight down, so that's a little interesting. All right, 25K account. If it's a 25K account, if that's what you're saying, yeah, I would be a little strategic as far as my sizing, because if you trade too big of a position size, I mean, you can easily lose that account. So I would, you know, if I were trading that size account, I would definitely worry about my sizing, right? So I'm trading a 150K account and I'm trading anywhere between 1 and 2 contracts. So just to kind of give you perspective on that. All right, David, the value you've added to the stream has been crazy good. D, appreciate you. Hey, I'm happy to hear that, man. I'm just trying to share how I trade, guys, and you're gonna see wins, you're gonna see losses, right? But I'm gonna trade the same trades over and over. So that's how I trade, right? Could be a head and shoulders on the, or just ranging. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like the price action, I mean, clearly if Trump is, you know, it's on now. I mean, this is the 15-minute candle as an example with the long wick at the top. So you had a sell-off, right? Price is starting to sell down a little bit. So I would be cautious if I was in buys, because this is not the price action you want to see if you're in buys, right? I mean, it's back below the 14 EMA. I mean, the wick at the top on this current, you know, candle is 21 points. So I would be kind of cautious of that. Let's go. Kind of stuck in a range. Reginald York, MAE, want to blow your account, trade gold. Yeah, guys, I'm not a gold trader. Much props to the people that trade gold. I didn't have a lot of success trading gold. I never could catch, like, you know, these crazy moves that I see people talking about with gold. Like with me, it was always choppy. I'm just being honest. So like I never could time it right. My entries weren't, you know, so when I kind of stumbled upon NASDAQ, I stuck with it, right? So I don't have anything against gold. I don't have anything against any pair. I mean, if you can make money from it, good for you, right? But the way that I trade, I'm a price action trader. That works on any pair, right? It's gonna work on any pair because I'm trading EMAs, I'm trading price action. That works with any pair that you trade, right? Or any commodity or whatever. So Sun Trader 777, DMONEY, good evening. Hey, good evening. Southern Diesel Transport, what time will I be back tomorrow? I'm gonna be back in the morning. I'm trading the US session. Let's go. So I'll be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow, guys, to trade the open. I'll be trading tomorrow. I'll be streaming from 9 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. and then I'll come back tomorrow at 1:30 and I'll trade 1:30 to 4. Let's go. So PW is in Mexico. He's doing his Baja racing and all of that stuff in the desert. So he asked me to stream the US session as well. So I'll be doing both this week. Ferris Harris, hey DMONEY, you got any payouts or not yet? Yeah, I got payouts from Apex. I got payouts from Funded Next. I've gotten payouts from on the Forex side as well from the Funded Engineer. I've gotten payouts from the Funded Trader. Yes, I've gotten payouts. Let's go. Around Sound, yay, you got your 1,000 likes. Hey, I appreciate that, guys. I don't take it for granted. I appreciate the support. Sean, have I asked Ginger out on a date yet? No, I have not. Oh, man. The chat's undefeated, I tell you. Yeah, so I'm up about $1,400 on the day for the Apex accounts, guys, and I'm up sorry, $1,400 on the Lucid accounts, and I'm up on the Apex accounts about $3,700. Let's go. Hitman trade. Oh my goodness, the chat's undefeated, man. Yeah, so if you notice, so this is why, like, when Trump is speaking, I don't want to take part in the market, right? So now we had a rejection on the 15-minute chart. We closed back below the 14 EMA. On a 5-minute chart, you got that we're stuck in this range. We're right back in this range, right? No wick on the top of the candle, which is a little confusing because we just had a lot of sell side pressure, but anything can happen. FAFO or FAFO trader done for the day. Hey, nothing wrong with that, right? I'm taking my profit, guys, and I'm content, right? Tomorrow's another day. Pine Chi Trader, D-Money, what's up? Hey, what's up, man? Let's go. Yeah, I agree, Cherokee. Gold is super volatile right now. When it's under 3,000, it hit wasn't as volatile. Yeah, it just depends on the time, like what's going on in the world, right? And how people are kind of reacting to the news that's being put out. Goldfinger 8, cheers and thank you, D-Money. Hey, I appreciate that. Green for the day, let's keep it up. Hey, the goal is to make money, right? I mean, Kayla Star 348, thanks, D-Money. Hey, I appreciate it. Let's go. Around Sound, great job today. You streamed all day. Yeah, streamed all day, guys. So we're back at it again tomorrow. I'm gonna call it here, chat. So if you haven't hit that like button, please do me a solid. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. I'm here all week, right? So I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. to stream the US session, and then I'll be also streaming 1:30 to 4 for power hour time, right? So let's go. I appreciate you guys. I don't take it for granted. I'm just trying to make a little monies, right? So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna call it. Trump is speaking. I have no interest in that, right? So you guys have a good afternoon. Let's go.